Hey everyone, welcome back. This is part 2 of our Iceland travel series. Today, we're going on the classic Golden Circle Day tour, one of the most popular ways to explore Iceland outside of Reykjavík. We booked this tour through Klook, and it's run by BusTravel Limited. Super easy to join. The pickup point is bus stop number 12 in the city center. Quick tip, if you're planning to do local tours, definitely book a stay somewhere near bus stop 12. We stayed by the coast at Kex Hostel. Waking up early for tours was so convenient. Also, stock up on snacks and drinks the night before. Bónus supermarket is your best bet. You'll thank yourself during the long rides. So, the adventure begins. From Reykjavík, it takes about an hour and a half to get to our first stop, the Kerið Crater. The drive was stunning, endless open landscapes, frozen mossy fields, patches of black volcanic sand, and everywhere, steam rising from the ground. Nope, not fires, it's all part of Iceland's crazy geothermal activity. The whole country sits on a tectonic rift between the Eurasian and North American plates, so hot springs and steam vents are literally everywhere. You'll even spot geothermal power plants along the way. Iceland runs almost entirely on clean, natural energy. Pretty amazing, right?
Stop 1, Kerið Crater. First up, Kerið. This place blew us away. It's a 3,000-year-old volcanic crater with bright red rock walls and a turquoise lake in the center. The contrast is unreal. Kerið is what's called a crater lake, formed after a volcanic eruption collapsed in on itself. Over time, rain and groundwater filled the hole, creating this picture-perfect spot. And here's a tip. Walk the full loop along the crater rim. Every angle gives you a different perspective, and trust me, they're all photo-worthy.
Located in the Grímsnes area of South Iceland, Kerið Crater is just off Route 35, making it an easy stop on the Golden Circle route. There's a convenient parking lot right next to the site, and the entrance fee is quite reasonable, just a small charge to help maintain the path and safety. What really makes Kerid special is how vivid the landscape is. The volcanic slopes are a striking red, unlike the usual black volcanic rock in Iceland, and the contrast with the bright blue or green water inside the crater is simply unreal. It's like stepping onto another planet. Walking the full loop around the rim gives you different perspectives, and if you're up for it, you can also head down to the water's edge. It's peaceful, dramatic, and totally photogenic. Definitely worth the stop.
If you've got the time, and good shoes, walk down to the lake too. It's peaceful and surreal down there. Stop 2, Gullfoss Waterfall, Golden Falls. Next up, the mighty Gullfoss, which literally means Golden Falls. Located on the Kerid River, the water here comes straight from the Langjökull Glacier, so it's cold, fast, and loud all year round. The falls drop in 2 dramatic tiers into a massive canyon, which, fun fact, is part of a rift valley formed by the tectonic plates pulling apart. On sunny days, you might even see a rainbow forming in the mist, which is where the golden name comes from. It's like something out of a fantasy movie. There's a powerful energy here. You really feel the raw force of nature.
And it's not just a name, it's an experience. Located in southwest Iceland along the Hita River, Gullfoss is part of the famous Golden Circle and has a big, well-maintained parking lot with free access. There's a visitor center and paved walking paths that lead you close enough to feel the mist on your face. What makes this waterfall so spectacular isn't just its sheer power. The water crashes down in 2 dramatic tiers into a narrow canyon, but also the way it glows under the sunlight. On clear days, the mist often catches the light and forms vivid rainbows across the gorge. It's magical, and there's even a beautiful story behind it. In the early 1900s, when there were plans to build a hydroelectric dam here, a local farmer's daughter, Sigriður Tómasdóttir, fought to protect the waterfall. She loved nature so much, she reportedly threatened to throw herself into the falls if construction began. Thanks to her passion and persistence, Gullfoss was saved and later became protected land. So when you're standing there, you're not just looking at a natural wonder, you're witnessing the legacy of Iceland's first environmental activist.
Bonus stop. Feeding Icelandic horses. Our guide surprised us with a quick roadside stop to meet some Icelandic horses. They're small, fluffy, and incredibly friendly, kind of like ponies with big personalities. They've been around since Viking times and are a pure breed. Iceland doesn't allow any other horse breeds into the country. Oh, and if you're into Lord of the Rings, these horses totally look like they belong in Middle-earth. Feeding them was such a wholesome little moment in the trip.
Stop 3. Geysir Geothermal Area. Then we hit the Geysir hot spring area in Helgudelur Valley. This is where the word geyser actually comes from. The original Great Geyser isn't very active anymore, but nearby Strokkur puts on a show every 5 to 10 minutes, shooting a giant column of boiling water up to 20 meters into the air. The whole area feels wild. Steaming ground, bubbling pools, hissing vents, like you've landed on another planet.
Why so much action here? It's all thanks to the tectonic plate movement and hot magma underground, heating up water until it explodes through the surface. Strokkur is super easy to watch. Just stand back, camera ready, and wait for that big burst. Stop 4. Þingvellir National Park. Last stop, Þingvellir National Park, pronounced Þingvellir. This place is incredible. It's where North American and Eurasian plates are literally pulling apart.
You can walk between continents here. Like, seriously. The cliffs and cracks you see are part of the Rift Valley, and the scenery is just insane. Think dramatic rock walls, lava fields, and deep fissures. But Þingvellir isn't just about epic views. But there's more. Þingvellir is also where Iceland's first parliament was formed over 1,000 years ago. The Alþingi was founded in the year 1930.
That makes it one of the oldest democratic sites in the world. There's also a darker part of history here.
And yes, history here gets dark too.
A spot called the Drowning Pool.
Near a quiet pool called Drekkingar Hiller, women accused of crimes like adultery were executed by drowning. While men were typically beheaded or hanged elsewhere in the area.
If you're self-driving, Þingvellir has tons of hiking trails, and it's worth spending more time here. There are visitor centers, well-marked paths, and breathtaking views everywhere you go. Þingvellir National Park, a place that's both a geological wonder and a cradle of Icelandic history. Located about 45 minutes northeast of Reykjavík, this UNESCO World Heritage Site sits right between the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates. That's right, you're literally walking through a rift valley where the Earth is pulling apart. It's one of the only places in the world where you can see the divide above ground.
Chromatic cliffs, deep fissures, and volcanic rocks stretch across the land like nature's artwork.
For hikers, this place is a dream. There's a popular trail along the Almannagjá Gorge where you walk between the tectonic plates, and another scenic route along Lake Þingvallavatn, Iceland's largest natural lake. It's peaceful, photogenic, and full of Iceland's raw beauty and layered past. Whether you're into landscapes or legends, Þingvellir hits different.
Heading back. On the way back to Reykjavík, we passed the coastline again, spotting the Hofti House, where Reagan and Gorbachev met, and the Sun Voyager sculpture by the sea. And hey, if you're in town on a clear night, this coastal stretch is a great spot to watch the northern lights. No tall buildings, just wide open skies and the ocean. Fingers crossed for a good aurora forecast. That's it for our Golden Circle Day tour. From craters and geysers to horses and waterfalls, this is a classic must-do in Iceland. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because next, we're heading to the south coast for glaciers, black sand beaches, and even more epic Icelandic landscapes. See you in part 3.